Hi, and thank you for joining me for today's process video. I am sorry if my voice sounds a little bit funny. I've got a really sore throat at the moment. I don't really know what's going on, possibly allergies. So today is day 20 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, and today's sketch you can see in the top left hand corner there is by Sharon Bishop. It's a beautiful sketch, Sharon, but I've just taken inspiration today from this. I wanted to create a quick video, and I've had these two photos from Christmas 2021 lying around forever on my desk. So I've just pulled out my Christmas stash and I'm using inspiration from the wavy piece that you've got along the bottom of the page with the photo on the right hand side, but I've got the two photos there. And that's what I'm going to do. So first of all, I'm tearing 3 strips of 12 inches wide of my Christmas papers. I've chosen a dark green with little pine needle sprigs, I suppose, on it, and then that green checkered piece, and then the red spotty. It was only when I tore the checkered piece that I realised it wasn't actually 12 inches, but I've managed to hide that successfully by just tapering down each of the edges so that it looks like it's just hidden behind that bottom green piece. I'm now going to go through and curl up all of the edges. I won't make you watch all of that, but all of them have just been rolled up on themselves just to create a bit of texture there. The photos I matted off screen in white card and then black card just to create a nice border around them to make them stand out, because I'm going to fill this torn edge with embellishments. So I just pulled out all of my Christmas stash. I've got one pot that's full of Vicky Boutin Peppermint Kisses from last year, and then one pot that's just full of all my other Christmas embellishments. So I started with all the other Christmas embellishments, went through there and just pulled some bits out that I thought might work, and I'm just loosely positioning them, sort of dry fitting it if you like, just to see how it's going to look. I want it to taper from the top right to the bottom left, almost in like a diagonal pattern, and then the title that I add on that in due course is going to reflect that diagonal stripe that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to stick those papers down because I know that's where they're going to go, and then I start from the left hand side working my way across, adding these ephemera pieces. So I've tried not to be I tend to overthink things. So I've just pulled something and I think if it works, it works. So I've got a Christmas tree, some Christmas presents stacked up, some candy canes, some hearts, poinsettias, all sorts of different Christmassy things there. So the first photo on the left is of the little package that we made for table gifts for Christmas Day. Amelia and I made those. So I just stitched up some Christmas paper, and I can't even remember now what we put in them actually. It was 2021. But I like to do table gifts every year. So we made those. And then the right hand photo is of us all sitting at the table. There tend to be 13 of us for Christmas. So quite a long table set up, but it's great fun with all the family together. So just trimming off the ephemera pieces that have overlapped the edges of the page, and then I'll carry on adding. I've also pulled out, you can see in the left hand corner there, some of the bits from the March Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. It was predominantly green and gold, so this worked really nicely with these pictures. So I've got, I end up adding a little star in gold, which is an embroidered star, like a patch star, a green puffy heart, and the little faux suede piece that says smile, and a yellow or golden padded heart with white polka dots on, but those will come in due course. So that piece that I've just added above that first photo is a chipboard piece. I'm trying to mix up the textures that I'm adding now, so I wanted to add at least one piece of chipboard. They are just pulled off of a large 12 by 12 sheet and popped in those photo cases that you can see on the left hand side there. And that leaf that I've just added to the right there is a very thin papery piece from the Vicky Boutin collection, and now I'm just adding those bits from the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. So this is the March kit. The March kit has gone now, but if you were interested, we have subscriptions starting in April. It's up on the website as coming soon, so check that out and add yourself to notify me if you're interested in seeing that when it's released. So just adding a few more bits. I've got this 12 by 12 sticker sheet. It's from Santa's Village. I think that was this year, from Simple Stories. So just adding a few bits from that. Like I say, I just want to have all different textures on this page, so that's what I'm aiming for. And I'm also trying to fill in those gaps a bit to get that diagonal line flowing. This is where I get my title from as well, and it's just Merry Christmas 2021. On the sketch, Sharon has said very long title right here, so for me that is a long title, so that's what I'm using at the bottom there, and just by putting it on the left hand side it finishes off that diagonal nicely. So I pulled out this acetate heart and just popping that down there. Again, a different texture to add into the mix. And then this is one of the vellum stickers, or washi stickers as I call them, that just says Twinkle. So that's going up the top there. And then this one, I mess about a bit, but it ends up bottom right of that photo. So while I'm just finishing off, please don't forget to check the description box down below to see everybody else who's playing along. There's a playlist where we all add our videos every day. So there are plenty of videos to keep you occupied if you want some inspiration. It's a great way of seeing how everybody interprets a sketch differently. I really enjoy watching those videos. So I'm just going to add the 2021 to my title now. So I've pulled out these, I think they might have been from Peppermint Kisses actually, these thickers. They're just in my drawer. I wanted a gold because I knew that would stand out nicely against that green. And then I'm going to finish off after putting this down with an exclamation mark because I've got them. I'm going to add some gold splatters just above all that ephemera in those photos. So just covering up the photos to make sure the gold doesn't go on them, but I'm not too bothered if it goes over the ephemera. And that's the layout done. Thank you so much for joining me. Really quick one this time. Other than that, I shall see you again very soon. Thanks again. Bye.